We tend to think of artificial intelligence as an umbrella term. So a lot of, especially in the business world, you hear a lot about machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. They're all types of artificial intelligence. So they fit under that umbrella. And we look at it as a collection of tools, technologies, algorithms designed to make machines smart. People use AI all the time in their life every day, from Netflix and Google Maps and Siri and Alexa. All of those things are using artificial intelligence. And so you see it in your life all the time, and that's how marketing and communications and PR, it's where it's going. Artificial intelligence has to be built to do specific things. There's no general AI like you see in the movies. There's no sentient beings that have consciousness and think the way humans do. So what you do is you program it to do very specific things. And most of the time it's making predictions or recommendations. That's largely what machine learning is about. So when you think about the things we do every day as professionals, there's all kinds of things that could be fit into those categories. And so the first step is understanding the use cases and then prioritizing them. When I think about what professionals should know about AI and what they should be aware of, it's really just, again, what it's capable of doing. You don't need to go take machine learning classes. You don't need to go deep into AI. You just need to develop a base understanding of it so you can, again, identify when there's a use case where it may be able to save you massive amounts of time and money. And the other thing is they're just going to see the tools they use every day get smarter. Like I know Cision is doing this with sentiment analysis. It's just, you've always had it, but it's all of a sudden just better. To get started learning about artificial intelligence, that's basically what we created the Institute for. So the Marketing AI Institute would be a great starting point. Now, once people get there, what we often try and do is guide them to specific books that are of help. Online classes is another great way. And then just following the specific thought leaders. And the reality is there aren't that many within our space today. You're not going to go find a bunch of thought leaders who specialize in communications and AI. They don't really exist. So we actually tend to look outside of the marketing industry. We look at the experts who are driving innovation in other industries, and we try and figure out what does that mean to marketing. Some of the challenges you see with implementing artificial intelligence, one is it requires a lot of data. So people do think you can just sprinkle AI on something and it magically makes it better, and that's not the case. AI is actually kind of hard to implement, and it's not always a perfect solution. It's not the solution for everything, and it's the wrong approach to go in thinking, well, we need to find something to do with AI. The right approach is, here's 20 things we do every week or every month. Here's how much time they take. Here's how many of them require data. Here's how many are extremely time intensive and data intensive. Then work backwards and say, well, let's start at the top of this list. Let's go see if there are tools to do these things. At the end of the day, it's just marketing technology. It's just smarter marketing technology in a lot of cases. And it may be able to solve things we couldn't solve before, but those still need business problems to solve. Replacement of marketing and communications jobs is certainly a potential reality. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not going to happen, but most likely what's going to happen is new jobs will be created we can't even imagine right now. It's what happens anytime there's a great technological disruption, is new things emerge that we could have never conceived of. So there will probably be job loss at some point. It'll be replaced likely by other roles. But the more important thing for professionals to consider in their terms is it's just going to enhance knowledge and capabilities. It truly can become a competitive advantage when applied. And I like to say it'll actually give you superpowers. It'll take away the mundane things that most people don't like doing anyway, and it'll free people up to do the things that are uniquely human. An example in my mind would be building a media database. When you're trying to think through what journal should I pitch this idea to, envision a day where you put in, I'm trying to place a story about this. And the AI goes out and reads every article written in the last 10 years from every journalist in the database, and it extracts out the people with the highest probability of being interested in covering it. It starts surfacing insights that we would never have, that would enrich our ability to make pitches to the media. A lot of times people ask about, what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen in 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years. My general guidance is within the next 3 to 5 years, at least 80% of what we do on a daily basis is going to be intelligently automated in some way. And that's kind of a scary thing to think about, but I don't think it's an exaggeration at all. Beyond 5 years, I have no idea. In terms of my advice for people, for professionals, is just don't get overwhelmed by it. People hear artificial intelligence, they think sci-fi, they think it's just out in the future. It's not. Like, it's here. And the professionals that take the initiative just to get started, just to learn the next piece of information or subscribe to a newsletter that's going to help them, or when they're at a conference, pick the AI session, even though it doesn't seem relevant to you. It may end up being the most relevant thing you do. So just get out of your comfort zone a little bit and take a leap of faith that there's something here.